Hi friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. Today I am here to share with you my November book haul. I have quite a few books that I've acquired. There was a library book sale at the beginning of the month and I went and helped out one day before it started, and I was able to bring home a load of stuff that they were like, don't even pay for that. I'm like, what? And then I helped out. I volunteered during the sale and I did pay for the ones then, but still it was $3 for hardcover, $2 for paperback. So I got a lot from there. I have a couple that were sent to me, a couple from a thrift store, and a couple from a little free library. So, and a couple from a Pango order. Quite a few from a Pango order. So let's just jump right in. I've been doing so good at like narrowing down my shelves, but every once in a while you just find a deal that you can't pass up. For example, while I was helping out at the library book sale, this is one I didn't even have to pay for. I found the Hamilton, the Revolution book, which is the book that's about the musical. So there are lyrics and behind the scenes information. Oh, and it had this bookmark in there. Look at that. It's like shimmery gold from the Savoy, my Savoy story. You don't just stay at the Savoy stays with you. Savoy. Whoa. So I got this, and then another girl who was working there at the same time as me and says, I think that the actual biography that Lin-Manuel Miranda read that inspired him to write the musical is there as well. And I got it. The Ron Chernow Alexander Hamilton biography. Am I ever going to read this one? I'm not sure, but I will glance through this because I love the musical. I just couldn't believe that I got them both. So very cool additions to my library. We'll see if I ever read them. I don't know. I did get Skipping Christmas by John Grisham. I've never read this. I've seen Christmas with the Cranks, so I know the story, but it's been a really long time since I've even seen the movie, so I don't really remember it. It's just a little novella. It's going to go on my Christmas pile. I'm really looking forward to this one. I also picked up this Mother Teresa, In the Heart of the World, Thoughts, Stories, and Prayers. Also a little nonfiction that just has some essays, some prayers, some thoughts from Mother Teresa. So I thought that that would be pretty cool to read through, maybe for Nonfiction November next year or just at some point. But I feel like she's a very inspirational woman, and I'm hopeful that her thoughts are inspirational as well. I picked up a better version of Middlemarch. I think I already put my old one on my Pango shop, but this is just in much better condition than the one that I had. This is Middlemarch by George Eliot, a chunk-a-monk classic that I would like to read someday. I feel like I'm getting back to my mystery era in reading. I really enjoy reading mysteries, and I don't do it often enough, and I'm always kind of drawn to them. Most of the series that I'm in the middle of, I don't know, I've never done the percentages, but maybe half or more of the series that I'm in the middle of are mystery series. And so whenever I see a mystery, I just am drawn to it, which is the case with this one. The Wintringham Mystery by Anthony Berkeley. Honestly, what drew me to this is that it's blurbed by Agatha Christie. She said, detection and crime at its wittiest. All Berkeley's stories are amusing, intriguing, and he is a master of the final twist. All right, Miss Christie, you've sold me on that one. Nice, fun British mystery. I also picked up a Christian classic from Thomas Merton, Thoughts in Solitude. I don't remember if I've read anything by Thomas Merton before, but I thought this one looked really good and it was in perfect condition. It should be a relatively quick read because look at those margins. Those are super wide margins. But yeah, just a Christian classic there. And then another Christian author that I have read from before, Henry Nouwen. This is You Are the Beloved, Daily Meditations for Spiritual Living. So this is like a day-by-day devotional. Each day has a little thought. There's not even verses to go along with it. It's just kind of a thought to process. But I love that it has a dedication in here. Presented to Allie by the people of St. Andrews with deepest gratitude for your faithful service, January of 2020. Apparently Allie didn't care for this book. So yeah, got that one. And then I picked up this hardcover, The Mountains Sing by Nguyen Phan Ke Mai. I'm not sure if I said that right, but this is a Vietnamese story. And I'm just interested about books that are set during the Vietnam War, set against the backdrop of the Vietnam War. The Mountains Sing tells an intimate, enveloping story of 4 generations of the Tran family as seen through the eyes of the matriarch. Should be pretty good. This also has a little dedication to my darling wife. I love you very much, Sharon. Love, John, Christmas 2000. And then I have heard so much about All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Whitaker that when I saw this one, We Begin at the End by Chris Whitaker, I'm like, oh, let me just grab that one too. So I have no idea what this is about. I have no idea if I'm going to like his writing style or anything about this book, but let's see. There are two kinds of families, the one we're born into and the ones we create. I like to just look at the last paragraph of the summary because I feel like it gives a good overview of the feel and the vibes of the book. Chris Whitaker has written an extraordinary novel about people who deserve so much more than life serves them, at times devastating with flashes of humor and hope throughout. It is ultimately an inspiring tale of how the human spirit prevails and how, in the end, love in all its different guises wins. Okay, I'm here for that, Chris Whitaker. I know that one was really well loved a couple of years ago. That is it, I think, from the library book sale. So then I was just shopping real quick at a little free library one time, and I saw both of these. Legends and Lattes and Bookshops and Bone Dust. Am I going to like these? I don't know, but I couldn't leave them there because they were both there. These are by Travis Baldree, and they're cozy fantasies. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I mean, look at the cover. Am I going to like these? You tell me. I got them, though. I had two books, like I said, that were sent to me. One of them is called Grocery Girl by Virginia Dale Smith. This is a no spice romance. I don't know if it's a Christian fiction. I just know that there's no spice in here whatsoever. It's like totally a sweet story. And it's signed. And she sent this one to me directly. I saw someone post about her on Instagram, so I started following her, and then she was giving a bunch away, and I don't remember why, but I'm gonna read it and share about it. I'm here for a sweet romance, that's for sure. And then I got an ARC sent to me of Back After This by Linda Holmes. I also have this on NetGalley. When someone from Ballantine sent me an email about this book, I was like, I got the NetGalley, but I often read in print more than I read on my Kindle. If you ever have print copies, then I would be very interested. And she sent me this one. I enjoyed Evie Drake Starts Over, and oh man, the other one, Flying Solo is the other one. I enjoyed both of those books very much. So I'm looking forward to this new one by Linda Holmes. This one comes out in February 25th. So hopefully I get to it before February 25th. That is always the goal. I did grab a few from a thrift store. So I have 4 books that I picked up at a thrift store, and these were like 50 cents a piece. They were so cheap. This one is like National Parks of the United States from National Geographic. This is just a nonfiction. Like, I would love to visit all the national parks. It's like lifetime bucket list goal. So I just thought this would be a cool one to kind of glance through and mark the ones that I've already been to and all that stuff. I also picked up an Enneagram book there, The Enneagram Made Easy, because I just love learning about it. Discover the 9 Types of People. This is by Renee Barron and Elizabeth Wagel. It's kind of told in a fun style. The paper is like very weird, but there's a lot of illustrations. This should be a fun read. And then one more Christmas one, Fern Michael's The Brightest Star. There was a ton of this book at the thrift store. I'm not sure why there were so many. Maybe there's a lot of typos or something. It was really weird that it's almost like they had received a case of them, and they put like 4 here, 4 here. They were all spread out. But I grabbed one because it looked cute, and I didn't even read the back of it. I just wanted to put it on my Christmas pile. A special treat to warm your heart just in time for the holidays. Christmas is more than a celebration for Lauren Montgomery. It's been her family's livelihood. Their Christmas shop, the Razzle Dazzle Decor, has seen seasonal fads come and go. But there's one trend they can't escape. Online superstores are swallowing their sales, and this Christmas season will need to be their best ever if the store is to stay in business. Sounds like every Hallmark movie ever. The final set of books here I got from the same Pango shop, because you know when they have a deal, and I specifically got on because I just watched somebody talk about Mary Barton by Elizabeth Gaskell, and I have really loved North and South and Wives and Daughters by Elizabeth Gaskell. I enjoyed Cranford the second time, but it wasn't my favorite. So I'm curious about Mary Barton, which is another of her books. So I wanted to get this one, and then she was having a sale if you bought a lot of books. So I got a lot of books. I had never heard of this Catherine Center book, The Bright Side of Disaster. Obviously, it's one of her backlist stories. A charming debut. Wait a minute, is this her first one? I'm very excited about that. Sometimes the worst thing that can happen is exactly what you've been waiting for. Very pregnant and not quite married, Jenny Harris doesn't mind that she and her live-in fiance Dean accidentally started their family a little earlier than planned. But Dean is acting distant, and the night he runs out for cigarettes and doesn't come back, he demotes himself from future husband to sperm donor. Yikes. And the very next day, Jenny goes into labor. So this looks like it's not going to be a romance, but it's going to be about this single mom, like learning how to do life on her own with a new baby and eventually like a little girl. So looks like it'll be more women's fiction, like rather than a romance. Maybe there will be a romance in there. It doesn't talk about any other dudes. So we'll see. Another mystery to add to my mystery era is Girl Waits with Gun. I don't know if I've heard anything about this or not, by Amy Stewart. This is a cop sisters novel. I don't know. It just looked really cool. Is this British? I don't know. Let's see. When Constance Kopp and her sisters suffer a run-in with a ruthless, powerful crook, Constance leaves her quiet country life to team up with the local sheriff and exact justice. As a war of bricks, bullets, and threats ensues, Constance realizes that this racketeer's history may be more damning than she thought. But now that she's on the case, he won't get away. Bum, bum, bum. Quick-witted and full of madcap escapades. Perfect. Girl Waits with Gun is a story of one woman rallying the courage to stand up for and grow into herself with a little help from sisters and sheriffs along the way. That sounds delightful. Delightful. I did pick up one more book in the Jacqueline Winspear Maisie Dobbs series. This is The Care and Management of Lies. Looks like it's number 11. So I have a ways to go until I get to this one, but I couldn't resist. It was only like a couple bucks. So my aunt and uncle this summer came to visit, stopped through a number of months ago, and my aunt had just read this and absolutely loved it and was like pressing it into everyone's hands, even at a family cookout that we had. And so when I saw this one on there, I thought I would grab this one as well. This was Beautiful Country by that author, Qian Julie Wang. I think it takes place in China. An incandescent memoir. Oh, I didn't realize. I think she told me it was memoir, but I totally forgot about that. Beautiful Country puts readers in the shoes of an undocumented child living in poverty in the richest country in the world. In Chinese, the word for America, Mai Guo, translates directly to beautiful country. Yet when 7-year-old Qian arrives in New York City in 1994 full of curiosity, she's overwhelmed by crushing fear and scarcity. In China, her parents were professors. In America, her family is illegal. And it will require all the determination and small joys they can muster to survive. Yikes. So the last paragraph down at the bottom says, inhabiting her childhood perspective with exquisite lyric clarity and unforgettable charm and strength, Qian Julie Wang has penned an essential American story about a family fracturing under the weight of invisibility and a girl coming of age in the shadows who never stops seeking the light. What? This sounds like powerful and beautiful story. So my aunt really, really loved it. She convinced me that I need to give it a try. I have one more devotion book that I'm going to hold on to and not share yet because I'm going to share about it. I'll talk about it when I talk about my word of the year, which I'm nearly decided on, but that's for another video later in December. So I did pick up one devotion book about that already. So I will hold on to that one. And that brings me to the end of this book haul. I would love to chat with you about any of these books that you've already read or that you think I would really like or that you want me to read sooner rather than later or anything else that you want to talk about down in the comments. I love chatting with you down there. And if you want to just let me know that you were here, you made it to the end, but you don't really feel like you have anything to say, go ahead and put a stack of books because this is a big old stack of books that I now need to find a place for on my shelves. Yikes. Thank you so much for watching. I really am thankful and so grateful that you are here. And I look forward to chatting with you in another video very soon. Bye.